Orioles yesterday. 3 of them accounted for a W. Again, the losing streak. And now, on this Mother's Day, a chance to even up this 4-game set with the Yankees. So, Mom, this game is for you. It's the Orioles on Massett and WJZ, and a very happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there as the Orioles wrap up this series and this road trip, taking on the Yankees in game number 4. And with the victory yesterday, the Orioles have a chance for a split in this 4-game set against the Yankees. And boy, are they ever ready to go home. It has been a long time on the road for the Orioles. Hi, everybody. I'm Gary Thorne, and welcome on this Mother's Day here at Yankee Stadium. We'll take a look at a couple of people who played big parts in the win yesterday. On the mound, it was Wei and Chen. The Orioles starters on this road trip had gone just 2-5 and had not been particularly effective. Yesterday, a different story. Chen was just outstanding. The run on 5 hits, 7 strikeouts, and only 1 walk. It would be his first win of the year, but his numbers say he deserves more than that. In any event, he got the W yesterday, and that's all he cared about. On the bat side, Jimmy Paredes is at it again. He has only played 17 games with the Orioles this season, but he already has 5 home runs and 15 RBIs in those 17 games. Yesterday, another big day. 3 for 5, the homer triple, 2 runs batted in. The Orioles' designated hitter getting it done. And the Orioles come away with the victory. Can Paredes keep this up? Well, he's certainly going to be given the chance. Because with those numbers, Mike Bordick, he is not coming out.
Yeah, Jimmy Paredes really came into spring training almost like a chip on his shoulder, wanted to prove something to this Orioles team and Buck Showalter, and he was on fire in spring training, hitting over 360, had 7 doubles, a couple home runs, and he hasn't looked back. There was some concern, a little stint on the disabled list at the end of spring training, but my, oh my, as he picked up right where he left off there. Switch hitter, very dangerous from both sides of the plate. He's really helped carrying this team to this point offensively, and Wei and Chen really shouldn't be a surprise. I mean, last season led this staff with 16 wins, really a breakthrough season for Chen, leading the team this year with 4 quality starts, so another just stellar performance from Wei and Chen.
All right, then on this Mother's Day, Buck Showalter before the game, remembering his mom, who is one of our most consistent viewers. So, to Mrs. Showalter, happy Mother's Day, and here's your son.
I know my mother's preparing for the game today right now. She's probably at church, and she'll head home and get ready to, you got to be on the front porch 15 minutes before game time or you don't get in. Really. She'll smell popcorn and she'll sit there and watch the game. And I think about it before I make an ass of myself on the field. That does cross my mind because she can read lips.
with the national anthem here at Yankee Stadium. Orioles baseball on MASN is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. And by visitannapolis.org. Find the Chesapeake experience at visitannapolis.org. Sun coming through after a little foggy morning. It's going to be another great day for baseball. And our BGE home game time temperature is 77 degrees. BGE Home is Baltimore's home team for heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical. Why would you call anyone else? All right, let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Orioles, brought to you by Southwest. Book your low fare right now at southwest.com. Machado, Paredes, and Jones, Young, Davis, and Hardy, De Aza, Joseph, and Flaherty against the Yankees. J.J. Hardy returning for his first games this year, just in time because he likes playing against the Yankees.
Take a look at Michael Pineda's pitch arsenal this season. The fastball at 58% of the time. Pretty good one with some natural cut life, 90 to 95 with the heater. Breaking balls, a hard slider, and the changeup 10% of the time. Getting better for him. Throws it a little bit hard, but it's a pitch that he's been working on. Very successful this year. 4 wins, 297 earned run average, 39 1/3 innings of work, 38 punch-outs, just 3 walks on the season for Pineda. So very aggressive in the strike zone. Opponents hitting 255 overall, and he's only given up the 2 home runs, both by right-handed hitters.
Yankee staff continues to be one of the best at not walking opponents' hitters. That's why their ERA is up there at the top. We come into this Sunday with the Yankees on top in the East by 2 games over Tampa Bay, 3 over Toronto. The Orioles 4.5 out, and the Red Sox, who've lost 3 in a row, 5.5 games off the pace in the American League East. And ready to go, the Orioles hoping on this Mother's Day to come away with a victory, which would send them home with a split in this 4-game set. They are 3-5 on this current road trip. And Manny Machado will lead it off. Manny's had the hot bat. This is the 7th time he's been in the leadoff spot. Pink shoes, pink bat for the battle against breast cancer here on this Mother's Day. And the pitch taken up high for a ball. A lot of the players, those shoes go back to Mom along with some of the bats. 1-0 count. And that pitch will be taken for a strike. Manny's had a 2 for 3 against Pineda, the only times he's faced him.
Oh, man, he's been swinging the bat very well, using all fields. See the last 10 games at .333 batting average, but a couple home runs as well, so power numbers up.
That's a good off-speed pitch. 83 miles an hour, and had him way out in front on that one.
Yeah, nice slider right there. What's been impressive about Pineda, now he has had some struggles with injuries since coming over to the Yankees, but he's such a big guy, 6'7", and to be able to repeat the delivery and have that kind of command with all of his pitches. Just 3 walks, as we mentioned, on the season so far is very impressive. Very consistent delivery with a good arm leads to a lot of success.
He has beaten the Orioles this year, second start of the season. 2-2 delivery on the way, and that's there, and he's gone. So Machado is a strikeout victim. Pineda 7th in the league in strikeouts.
Well, the slider probably his best strikeout pitch. Don't know if he wanted it here. Backed up a little bit, catching that inner third. So the front door slider locks Manny up. The first strikeout of the game.
Pineda's got 39 strikeouts in 39 2/3 innings. So he gives up about a hit an inning, and he picks up a strikeout an inning so far this year. Jimmy Paredes, the Orioles DH, it's an 8-game hit streak that he brings into this ball game. A real good series. 5 for 12, 2 home runs, and 4 RBIs against the Yankees in this series alone. He continues to just astound people to the point where Buck doesn't even want to talk about him anymore because he's afraid he might jinx him. Here's the 0-1 delivery, and he puts that one up in the air to right field, but it's an atom ball. Beltran is there, puts it away.
Take a look at the Yankees defense this afternoon. Gardner, Ellsbury, and Beltran in the outfield. Gregorius and Drew playing up the middle. Headley and Teixeira on the corners, and McCann back behind the plate.
In Pineda's win against the Orioles, he worked 6 1/3, 5 runs on 9 hits. He struck out 9, which is a season high for him in that ball game against the Orioles. However, he also allowed the 9 hits, which is also a season high for him this season. Here's Adam Jones. And Adam will take the pitch on the outside corner for a strike. Tied for 5th in the American League in hits. He is 4th in the majors in batting average with 2 strikes, hitting at .320 when he has 2 strikes against him on the year. And his overall average, .355, leads the American League. Check down at first base. Mike DeMuro says he went around and quickly in 0-2, so he'll get that opportunity with 2 strikes right away.
There you go. Now you got a battle. Pretty good slider right there, bouncing off the top of the plate. And Adam Jones, he said it. He's up there hunting fastball, so he's going to be aggressive, a little too aggressive there. One thing he's been good at is being patient early in counts.
Down to third. That's going to be a base hit. It'll roll into foul territory. Gardner going to get it. And Adam continues that average when he has 2 strikes on him as one of the best in the majors. He'll pump that up. .320, as we said, coming in with 2 strikes. He's now 17 for 51 when he has 2 strikes on him at the plate.
Really impressive, and pitchers have to learn you cannot make mistakes with 2 strikes, especially when they get ahead. Anything around the plate, Adam Jones is going to put a good part of the bat on it. You see, picking up his 7th double there. Pineda getting ahead early, but a mistake slider. Jones taking advantage of it.
Now the Orioles get one of their best at getting runners home. Delmon Young's 10 for 21. That is a .476 average with runners in scoring position. Delmon has gone 4 for 13 in this series, getting a lot of playing time, and he will foul that one away. He has a 5-game hit streak.
Well, not only been swinging. Take a look at average with runners in scoring position in all of Major League Baseball. Delmon Young on that list with the .476 batting average. Gary said 10 for 21. Very impressive numbers with runners in scoring position. Delmon Young not only swinging the bat well, but playing great defense here at Yankee Stadium.
He has done that all season long. 0-1 delivery on the way to him, and Young and a check swing on around. Home plate umpire Mark Carlson will make the call. Delmon didn't like it, but it's a strike, and the count will go to 0-2. Young has had an 0 for 5 in the games against Pineda. Big average, .324. Officially, you won't find Delmon in any of the batting leader categories. He hasn't had enough at bats. If he did, he would be 2nd in the American League with runners in scoring position. 0-2 count. Adam Jones getting an enormous lead. No attempt to hold him at second base. Here's the 0-2 delivery set up outside. He got him on the strikeout. No runs on 1 hit, no errors. The base runner left on. Couple of Ks for Pineda. A-Rod's back in the lineup for the Yankees. We'll check it coming back. Bottom of the first. Here's the lineup for the Yankees today. A-Rod did not play yesterday. Will today. Ellsbury, Gardner, Rodriguez, Teixeira, McCann, and Beltran. Headley, Drew, and Gregorius. You see the RBI numbers 5th all time in that category.
And let's take a look at Bud Norris's pitch arsenal this season. 63% fastballs for Bud. Rough start to the season. Didn't have the fastball command, but last 2 starts much better. Breaking balls, the power slider, and the change. 7% of the time for Norris. Looking for more fastball consistency. Worked it well in those last 2 starts, able to command it both in and out. And I think a real tell to Bud Norris's big turnaround as you look at his season's numbers. 9.75 earned run average, wants to bring that down. 16 punch-outs in the 10 walks. Opponent's lofty batting average overall at 317. But this is why he's going to start settling down. His fastball command has been better in his last 2 starts. And in his last game, 7 strong innings, but he retired the last 11 batters he faced. So he knows what he's doing. He feels a lot better. The confidence is rolling for Norris.
And here is JACOBY ELLSBURY, who will go after the first pitch. Question on Norris today, of course, is that he went back to the hotel during the game last night, did not feel well. But Buck Showalter said this morning as he got back to the hotel, he rested a bit. He did go out and had some dinner last night and came in this morning, said he feels fine. So we'll see whether that affects his performance here today. 1 ball, 1 strike count on ELLSBURY. ELLSBURY, you see the numbers, not particularly good. 3 for 16 against Norris. He and Gardner have been running machines here for the Yankees and against the Orioles in this series, getting on base and crossing home plate. ELLSBURY is tied for second in runs scored, 25. And Gardner is 6th in runs scored in the American League with 22. 2-1 delivery on the way. Swing and a miss. Got one to drop off the table. Foul tip, says Mark Carlson, home plate umpire. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, one of the reasons the Yankees have had so much success here in the early going of 2015, ELLSBURY and Gardner at the top of this lineup. You saw Wei Chen in yesterday's ballgame really contain those 2, pitched them tough. Bud Norris, he took note of that. You have to keep these guys off the bases. 20 steals combined between Gardner and ELLSBURY, so they have been a threat, score a lot of runs. Bud's got to keep them off the base paths.
ELLSBURY had his season high 11-game hit streak ended. He'd gone 489 during that streak. 2-2 delivery on the way. Ball put up in the air to right field. Delmon Young will back up a bit. Wind is blowing a bit from right to left start of the ball game. Really not enough to affect fly balls.
Take a look at the Orioles defense behind Norris. De Aza, Jones, and Young in the outfield. Hardy and Flaherty up the middle. Machado and Davis on the corners, and Caleb Joseph working behind the plate. Flaherty, a little bit of a question mark. Ended up playing the late innings in yesterday's ball game, but that groin's still with him. You see Ryan Flaherty out there trying to stretch that groin, hip flexor area.
Brett Gardner coming up in his Manny Machado at third. Gardner has a 4-game hit streak. He's gone 5 for 13 in this series, and he will take the pitch from Norris. Norris has been a fly ball pitcher this season. 60% of the outs recorded in the air, either fly balls or line drives off Bud. 30-year-old right-hander. 1-0 pitch, and that's going to be way outside. He slipped coming off the mound that time. Count goes to 2-0.
And just flying open right there with that little foot slip on the landing.
6th career start against the Yankees. He is 4-0 with a 3.21 ERA. He's never lost to the Yankees. 2-0 here at Yankee Stadium. In fact, we have 2 pitchers who have not lost to their opponent in this game. While Norris is 4-0 against the Yankees, Pineda is 2-0 lifetime against the Orioles. So something may have to give. Maybe.
I think so.
Or it becomes a bullpen game. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Gardner to be followed by Rodriguez. 2-1 delivery by Bud. That'll be taken outside. Ball's behind on him. 3 balls and 1 strike. 2 road starts this year. Bud's gone 0-2. ERA over 11, but those have been those really tough games on the road, especially at Toronto, where he gave up the 9 runs in 2 1/3. 3-1 pitch. That's going to fall for a base hit in front of Delmon Young. So Gardner extends his hit streak to 5, a 1-out single. The Orioles are going to be back home, and thank goodness for that. A stretch of play that includes 17 home games over 21 days. First up, starting tomorrow, the Blue Jays. And on Tuesday, don't miss Ollie's Bargain Night, presented by Ollie's Bargain Outlet. All upper reserves only $10 when purchased in advance. Tickets 888-848-BIRD or Orioles.com. Found out after the ball game, A-Rod was not feeling particularly well yesterday. So he was kept out of the lineup It's been a flu bug that's been running around a number of teams. And Joe Girardi said probably could have played, but I wanted to rest him, get him back in for Sunday. So he had the day off and did not appear in the ball game. Designated hitter. A-Rod's got a 4-game hit streak as well. He's 3 for 6 in the games that he has played in here in this series. And the numbers against Bud. 2 for 2 and a home run.
I think A-Rod pretty good numbers against anybody on a throw against him.
Gardner on at first base, base stealer. He's picked up 9 stolen bases on the season. He is tied for 4th in the league in stolen bases. Jose Altuve and Ellsbury, Jacoby Ellsbury, are tied for 1st now. Each have 11. Houston, what a show they are putting on this year. Everywhere you look, individual and team numbers, they have leaders in all the categories. Strike on the inside corner, 2-1.
Yeah, pretty exciting team there. A lot of young talent. They're mixing in some veterans.
Altuve 2nd in the league in batting to go along with the running game. He's got more hits than anybody else in the American League at 45. 2 ball, 1 strike delivered to A-Rod. That's going to be outside. Bud Norris being very careful against the DH here in a 3 ball, 1 strike count.
Maybe a little too fine with everybody who's seen this problem at times with Orioles starters, just trying to be too careful and falling behind. Pitch count gets elevated early in ball games. You don't want to throw cookies up there, but
3-1 got him to chase.
There you go. Good slider. 3-1 pitch. Of course, a big fastball count. Take a look at the Nissan pitch track. Caleb Joseph setting up down and away, and Bud Norris does not miss the glove with a nice slider.
So Norris takes it full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Gardner edging off first base. Runner goes. 3-2. Chopper. Norris only play at first. So that saved a double play, sending the runner. And Norris, after throwing that, kind of moving his shoulders around as though he twinged something there.
They're kind of landing awkwardly here on the little comebacker, going to the back side of the mound or over on the third base side of the mound, rubbing his back a little bit. Take a look at the follow through, and then as he bends back, I felt something in his side, and you see him grimace in pain.
Caleb Joseph saw it. They went out to have a word with him. So 2 down, a runner on at second base. Gardner off and running on the pitch that time, and here's Mark Teixeira. Teixeira 2 for 11, a home run lifetime off Norris. There are 2 down. Shift is on. Teixeira will take the pitch. It'll be up high for a ball. Teixeira comes into the game, 10 home runs, second only to Nelson Cruz with Seattle. Teixeira is also tied for 2nd in RBIs with Eric Hosmer and Vogt of Oakland. Leader Nelson Cruz in RBIs too. Pitch taken inside. So with first base open here, see whether or not Norris wants to work around Teixeira. He's got McCann waiting on deck, who's actually hitting him about the same as Teixeira.
Well, you try to nibble with the open base, set up some forces around. Of course, Teixeira so dangerous. You talked about the RBIs and all the home runs.
He goes up high to him. So the count goes to 3-0 and Mark Teixeira. Teixeira against the Orioles, always a tough out. He's had 6 multi-RBI games already this year. That's why he's up there in that number 2 spot. 3-0 count on him. Pitch is going to be in there for a strike. Gardner being held a bit by Ryan Flaherty at second base, trying not to let him wander way off the bag. That gives Teixeira a pretty good hole between second and the shift right fielder. Ryan Flaherty out. That's Hardy actually holding the runner, the shortstop. And he walked him. So Norris, first walk of the ball game, 1st and 2nd.
Well, that's all right there. That's really not a walk that I think Bud's going to be upset about. A pretty good slider on the inside corner. Take a look at the Nissan pitch track. They caught that inside corner. Would have been nice to take a shot at him with the full count.
So 2 on, and here's McCann. Now the left-handers against Norris coming into this game are hitting .419. Right-handers .241. So Joe Girardi has only one right-handed bat in this lineup, and that is Rodriguez. Everybody else is either naturally left or a switch hitter. McCann, left-handed batter, will take the pitch for a ball. So Bud's really going to be tested. The Yankees are able to put, I think, as many left-handers in a lineup as anybody in the majors this year.
Yeah, a lot of switch hitters, lefties on the bench as well. So, yeah, they can match up pretty well. Like you said here, loading the lefties against Bud Norris, and he's got to find a way. And typically, if Bud wants to have success on the lefties, it's that fastball command that we go back to. He has to have the ability to dot the fastball inside, and then he can throw the power slider off the fastball in there, get some swing overs, maybe some punch outs that way, and possibly that changeup could come up big for Bud as well.
Good RBI numbers so far for McCann. 2-0 count on him. Runners going to third. Throw by Joseph, and they got him. Oh, what a big out. What is Gardner thinking? And at the plate, McCann walks away and just turns around looking down to third like, what are you doing? So they record the final out on the base pass for Joseph. Now 5 out of 14 caught stealing. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 2 are left on base after 1 here in New York. It's scoreless. For every Orioles home run hit today. Play Baseball Bucks Scratch Offs went up to 50,000 or enter non-winning tickets for a chance to be the contestant of the game. Visit mdlottery.com/baseball.
Caleb with a big smile. Nice throw. One of the faster guys in the league. Brett Gardner at third. Nice tag by Manny Machado as well.
Well, that is a big play early on in this ball game. Gardner caught for just the second time. He's 9 for 11. So the Orioles bat here in the second inning. Here is Chris Davis. Chris with a 1 for 8 off Pineda. That was a home run. Shift put on against him, of course, in the infield. Big right-hander delivers to him. That's a strike. Chris here in this series, a 1 for 11. And this year hitting only 130 against the Yankees. Slider's going to miss inside. More home runs against the Yankees than any other ball club for Chris except Toronto. He's had 17 home runs against the Yankees, 25 against the Blue Jays. 1-2 pitch by Pineda, and a swing and a miss. Tag put on, the third strikeout.
I think this Orioles offense is going to see a lot of those sliders in the dirt. That's his big put-away pitch, and he buries this one. This late ending to the slider as Davis reaches out and can't get a piece.
So Chris back and J.J. Hardy coming up. Hardy making his first appearance of the year in this series. The opening game Friday. Takes the pitch for a strike on the inside corner. Hardy's gone 4 for 8 against Pineda with a couple of home runs. And as Hardy gets some at-bats and games under his belt, Buck Showalter moves him up in the order. He started first game hitting 7th. Second game of this series he hit 8th. Then yesterday he was back to 7th, and now he's 6th in the lineup for this game. So as he gets his stride back, he'll move up. 1-1 pitch, and that will be fouled. A Mother's Day gift to the seats.
Yeah, JJ, it might take a little time just for that timing at the plate and intensity at the major league level. But JJ's done this for a number of years, so it shouldn't take that long for him to settle back in.
Here's the 1-2 delivery by Pineda. Fastball at 91 will miss up high. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Pineda likes to work quickly, and he'll get more than his share of strikeouts. Here's the 2-2. That one in the air. That's down the line near the wall, and goodbye, home run. And J.J. Hardy continues against Pineda to deliver the long ball. 5 hits against him, and 3 of them have been home runs, and the Orioles have a 1-0 lead.
Pretty impressive for as good as Pineda is. J.J. Hardy sees him very well. First home run of the season. J.J.'s timing appears to be back.
And for Michael Pringle, timing back just in time. Our Maryland lottery contestant of the game. That's $500 for you. Happy Mother's Day. J.J. Hardy delivers, and the Orioles are on the board first. With a 1-0 lead, Orioles came in with 37 home runs. 38. They are tied for second coming into the game. That one foul back.
And take a look at JJ's swing. The slider staying in the middle of the plate. And the classic Hardy swing, head down, extension through, right down the Hardy line. His first of the year.
0-1 delivery on the way. Alejandro De Aza. 3 for 9 off Pineda. That gets him in the lineup. The home run gets Hardy back to the dugout. 0-2 count. Pineda giving up his 3rd home run of the season. All hit by right-handers. Swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts for the Yankee starter.
Good fastball. Pineda possesses 93 miles an hour. Such a big guy. That release point just a couple inches closer than a lot of pitchers, and he blows it by Diaz on the outside corner.
Pineda has had 5 or more strikeouts in 9 straight games. He's already got 4 in this one. Here's Caleb Joseph, red hot. 3-game hit streak. He's gone 4 for 7 in the series with a home run, couple of RBIs, pushing the average up to .311 on the year. 2 down, nobody on. He would like to play the Yankees every day, and there aren't many players who would say that. This year he is 6 for 11, a home run, and 4 RBIs against the Yankees in this, the 7th game these teams have played.
Now, pretty impressive run Caleb's been on.
The 1-1 throttled back on him right there and had him in front 1-2.
Caleb's showing some great composure. I think a lot of times when a young player, especially at the major league level, starts doing well, they keep wanting to do more, but Caleb's staying within himself, really keeping that body under control, seeing the baseball as long as possible, and putting good swings on it.
The 1-ball, 2-strike count on the Orioles catcher. Pineda with a chance to strike the side out here, go along with a Hardy home run. Joseph would like to put a dent in that, and he can't. So that'll be strikeout number 5. He does strike the side out, but in the midst of it, J.J. Hardy delivers his first home run of the season and his 6th ever here at Yankee Stadium.
I love you. Happy Mother's Day.
J.J. Hardy, and we extend that to all moms out there. Major League Baseball using Mother's Day to raise awareness of breast cancer. They've been doing that since 2001. The pink bats came into existence for Mother's Day back in 2006, and the bat company, Hilrich and Bradsby, actually suggested it after the National Hockey League that year had pink sticks in the spring of 2006 for their games. So since then, the Major League Baseball has adopted that, and they've added to it the special pink shoes that are worn by a number of players here on Mother's Day.
I love the look. Wristbands, helmets, shirts.
Caleb's got it all. The guys, the clubhouse were saying, look at Caleb tomorrow. Watch the outfit he's got. He's got pink all the way down. Got the mask, the chest protector, the shoes. And a pitch that is taken for a strike. Here is McCann, who was at the plate when Gardner got thrown out to end the inning in the first, trying to steal third. He'll get a second chance at it here with nobody on. And Norris, 1 ball, 1 strike. McCann, Beltran, and Headley.
Kind of frustrating as a hitter standing in the box, especially with 2 outs, and you see runners out there on the bases, especially in scoring position. And I'm sure when he saw Gardner running, he was thinking, you better be safe.
Yeah.
An opportunity. I mean, outs are golden, and trying to push runs across the plate, at least opportunities, golden as well.
1 ball, 2 strike count. The reason I was so surprised by that is you gain nothing really by going to third. You can score in a wild pitch, but you're already in scoring position. There are 2 down. You're going to be off on contact anyway. The idea of stealing in that situation just doesn't make any sense. Right. Swing and a miss, and there's the first strikeout for Bud Norris as McCann is retired.
A real good pitch, and I think Bud sets up this at bat with a first pitch slider, and then nice 2-seam movement on the end with the fastball. Great velocity here, and look at it run off the plate. Nice pitch from Norris.
Orioles have a number of pitchers, Chen, Gonzalez, and Norris, who have pitched so well against the American League East. You have all these games, of course, 19 against all of them. That line drive, Young going over, looking up, and it's going to go right off the top of the wall. It'll be a single. Beltran just ripped it, and as a result, hit it so hard he'll only get a single out of that.
And Delmon Young, he's seen the bazooka here in this series from right field. Beltran whistling it off the wall. Gets a hold of the first pitch here. Bud Norris, high fastball. He wants to take advantage of the short porch in right field. And catches the wall and right back to Delmon Young, who holds him at first base.
Beltran coming in with a .345 average off Norris. Bottom part of this order is where the numbers are against Bud Norris. Beltran, Headley, Drew, who are up here this inning. Here's Headley, switch hitter. Headley's gone 7 for 19 with 2 home runs off of Norris, and Drew is 7 for 21 with a home run off Norris. So this part of the order, we'll see whether or not the historical problem that's been for Norris continues in this game. Foul back off the end of the bat. Norris gets ahead of him, 2 strikes.
Going to the changeup there. It worked itself away. Good job getting ahead. You'd love to see Bud, you talk about him and his command problems early in the season, and last 2 starts looking a lot better. Well, he even had command problems with the slider. A good out pitch if he can keep it down in the zone. There's an opportunity to maybe set that pitch up.
Shift on here, double play depth. One of those unusual situations where the play at second base, if there's a chance at a double play, would be the third baseman, Manny Machado. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Young almost back on the warning track and right. A little bit shallower left and center. 1-2 delivery on the way off the fist. Manny Machado. He's got to play it first and got him by just that much. And Joe Girardi says, wait a minute, I want to look at that, or have my video technician look at it. Ryan Flaherty almost got out himself because he ran right into the first base umpire, Mike DeMuro, making the call.
Nice stretch by Chris Davis. Boy, has he really looked good over there. And a nice play by Machado. getting his feet underneath him and then the strong arm. Yeah, close play over there, but if Manny tries to do anything different, I think giving an opportunity for an infield single. I love how Manny charged the baseball, got his feet underneath him. We saw a play in yesterday's ball game, very similar. We came in and charged it, but threw on the run off balance, and the throw sailed up the line for an error.
Yep.
But you see making an adjustment there. I'm sure Bobby Dickerson got in his ear. Those are type of plays that need to be outs. You can't be sloppy. Stick with your fundamentals.
No challenge. Runner at second, 2 down. And here is Drew. Drew comes in with a 3-game hit streak. For J.D. Drew, only a $188 with runners in scoring position so far, 3 for 16. He's got one out there in Beltran, who is not speedy. Keep that in mind if there's a hit to the outfield. Pitch will be taken away. And a 2-0 count on Drew with DD Gregorius on deck. First base open here. Orioles have the 1-0 lead, each team with a couple of hits. 2-0 pitch, and that's outside.
Well, Bud's been faced with a couple of these situations with a runner at second base, first base open, and dangerous hitter up. Now, you talked about Drew's numbers against Bud Norris. He's obviously well aware of that, so being careful here. He'll probably take his chances with Gregorius and those automatic outs at any base.
And around him. So there's the second walk surrendered in the ball game. Puts runners on at first and second. But there are 2 down. Let's take a look at our American Standard. Who's hot, who's not?
Well, Jimmy Paredes has been raking. We've been talking about him for a while. 8-game hit streak, 303, a couple home runs, and 6 RBIs. Didi Gregorius, this is why you want to face him. Been struggling lately. 2 for 14, just 143, and 3 punch-outs.
And he is just 1 for 2 against Norris. 2 on, 2 down. Bud's delivery and a swing and a miss. Celebrate the season with the American Standard All-Star event. Visit MidAtlanticComfort.com for amazing rebate and financing opportunities. 0-1 count. Gregorius in these situations on the year, 250. Here's the 0-1 delivery on the way, and he'll foul that one off. Yankees against the Orioles in this series, 6 hits in 26 at-bats with runners in scoring position. In fact, almost exactly the same for the Orioles. They're 6 for 25 in the first 3 games. Gregorius 0-2. Beltran off second base and Drew off first. And a pitch that'll be up high. They check at third, did not go around. Brian Gorman, the crew chief, down there today.
Nice try right there from Bud Norris. Yesterday, Wei Chen exposed some of the Yankees hitters with high fastballs. Caleb Joseph wanting the high fastball, and sure enough, he got it. Setting up, and Gregorius, a little bit of a flinch. Changes the eye angle.
That one even higher up. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes on Gregorius. Gregorius here at home at Yankee Stadium sitting only 182. He's been better on the road. 238 in road games for him. You got to wonder if part of that isn't just the pressure of coming in and taking over for Jeter. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Norris gets it in there. Foul tipped into the mitt and held on to. Second strikeout, so the workaround works. 2 left on. Today's game brought to you by Miller Lite. Orioles with the lead on the home run by J.J. Hardy. 1-0. Orioles 3-3 against the Yankees on the year. Chance to go 2-2 in this 4-game set if they can win here. The Orioles road trip is right now at 3-5. They've averaged 3 runs per game on this road trip. Team ERA is a good one at 2.91, but the offense just hasn't been there till yesterday, and the Orioles picked up 6 runs on 9 hits. Pitch will be taken down low. Here's Ryan Flaherty. Flaherty 0 for 2 in the series. He too coming off the DL along with Hardy during this series with the Yankees. Shift is on against the Orioles second baseman. High strike call, 1-1.
It was kind of nice that the Orioles offense kind of reminded themselves yesterday that they do have the ability to score more than 3 runs. We've seen them explode this year. They put 18 on the board against the Red Sox. So they can put up big innings at any time, and everybody in this lineup, at least in yesterday's game, contributed very well. 3 home runs by the Orioles offense, but quality at bats, working some walks, getting on base, making the starting pitcher work.
1-2 delivery, and he's gone. 6 strikeouts for Pineda, 3 in a row.
Pineda continuing to be very successful here, racking up the strikeouts. Here the slider, and it's all about the finish. I mean, how much depth can you get? Throw it hard, and it stays straight, looking like a fastball. And the last 5-10 feet is when it bites down, and that's what Flaherty swung over the top of.
Top of the order, and Manny Machado. He was a strikeout victim his first time up. He will foul that one back. Manny has been on base for 15 consecutive ball games via a hit, a walk, a hit by a pitch. Goes back to April 21, 3rd longest such streak of his career. 0-1 pitch to him, up high. 1 ball, 1 strike on Pineda. Outfield will shade a bit to right. Play pretty deep on Manny. They give him that left center field hole. 1-1 pitch to him. He'll pop it back and out of play.
A lot of outfielders know that Manny Machado just a couple of years ago hit 51 doubles, so they're trying to cut down those gaps a little bit on Machado. You see everybody in this Yankees outfield very deep. Of course, the power numbers up. 5 home runs this year for Manny.
1-2 delivery by Pineda, and again tried to pull a string on him. Fouled away. And Pineda's outing against the nice catch against the Orioles in that second start of the year he had, as we said, the 9 strikeouts that included at least 1 strikeout in each of the 7 innings that he pitched. And he's had at least 1 strikeout in each of the first 3 here in this game. 1-2 pitch, and that'll be inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Machado. Yankees short homestand here with this one against the Orioles. The Orioles, of course, the long road trip. Getting home tomorrow against Toronto. That'll be outside. 3-game set. Jimenez against Marco Estrada. Chris Tillman against Mark Burley. And Miguel Gonzalez and Aaron Sanchez are the scheduled starters. All night games. 6:30 O's extra. 7 o'clock for the ball game tomorrow from Camden Yards. 3-2, a comebacker off his glove. And no play. That will be, I think, an error. Ball may have had some squiggle. Nope. Going to give him a base hit.
Well, I think Pineda off the bat of Machado thought this ball was hit a little bit harder. You see him kind of flinch, and then he says, oh, it isn't. And just nonchalantly sticks his glove out there, but catches him on the heel, and it spins away. Almost all the way out to the dirt at shortstop. Gregorius, wise decision to eat that one.
How's that a hit?
I don't know.
You can't feel that.
Yeah.
It is, and Manny will take it. So Machado's on. He picks up the single. The Orioles get their 3rd hit of the ball game. And Paredes up. He flied out to right field his first time up. Shift on against him with Headley in at third base. Won't matter. Another base hit. One hopper. Beltran will get it in. The Orioles with back-to-back singles and only one away. A chance to add to their 1-0 lead. Next weekend, the Orioles take on the Angels 3-game series. On Sunday, the first 10,000 female fans 15 and over at the 1:35 game get the Orioles wristlet presented by PNC Bank. Good seats remain but won't last. Gather up the family. Have a great day at the Yard. Tickets, Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. So Adam Jones with a big early at bat. He delivered a double on a 2-strike count his first time up. Adam now 6 for 15 against Pineda with a home run. More importantly for the Orioles here, he's got an RBI opportunity. Adam at 346 in these situations so far this year.
And these are big situations for Jones too, because he puts pressure on the defense. He runs so well. Always hustling down that first base line, so tough to double up. You have to respect his power and speed both.
Runners off first and second. He will foul that one away. Adams also due for the long ball. It has been a while. He had a home run spurt, and then the long ball disappeared. The average is still great. Picked up the home run on the 19th of April. Against Porcello in Boston, so it's been 3 weeks. This has been a pretty good ballpark for Adam when it comes to hitting. 0-1 count with one down. Drew holding the runner at second base, Manny Machado. And the 0-1 delivered to Jones in the air to right, not deep. Beltran not going to get there. What a play, Teixeira. And he gets it back into second just in case. Outstanding defensive play. He was the only one who got close enough, and he makes the catch.
Well, Teixeira often overlooked as a good glove, a great defender. Started off his career as a third baseman, moved over to first base. You're not going to see many first basemen able to make this running play. Basket catch, turning his back to the hitter. Nice concentration. You see him using the two hands to make sure. If he wasn't going to catch it in the glove, his mouth was wide open. Might have gone in there too. A couple opportunities.
Okay, Mark.
Well, I'm not being hard on him.
No.
Hey.
No, hey.
That was a nice
Fact's
play.
a fact. Here is Delmon Young, strikeout victim his first time up. Still 2 on here. And a swing and a miss. What really showed up on that play, and we've seen it on the base pass, Beltran in right field can barely run.
Yeah, not moving around very
well at all.
He's
not moving well at all. I mean, that's a ball that most right fielders would easily get to.
And you know, I think obviously Drew and Teixeira are aware of that. That's why both of them went so hard after that baseball.
Here's the 0-1 delivery on the way. That'll be outside. Young struck out his first time up, now 0 for 6. Lifetime off Pineda. Pineda, the numbers 224 for the lefties, 275 for right-handers coming into this game. He's now given up 3 home runs on the season, including Hardy's today. 1-1 delivery on the way. Young will take the slider down. Being very careful with him here, and the count goes to 2-1. Delmon getting some work in that cleanup spot for the Orioles. Hitting .269 this month. It has really bunched some good games together for the overall .319 average. 2-1 delivery, and Young down to third. That is a foul ball.
Well, this Orioles lineup puts a lot of pressure on a starting pitcher, especially when they start to swing the bats well. And they've shown spurts of it this year. They've been on stretches week to 10 days where the offense has been there. A little tough time on this road trip, but in yesterday's ball game, the reason why starters should fear this lineup. Everybody very dangerous, especially when you get to the heart of this order. I mean, Machado's been hot, Brady's been raking, Jones leading the league in hitting, and then Delmon Young, the numbers with runners in scoring position, so no let up.
2-2, and he got him. 7 strikeouts for Pineda. No runs on a couple of hits. The Orioles will leave 2 on, 1-0 O's. To you by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. And by PNC for the achiever in you. Bronx, New York on this Sunday Mother's Day. Take a look at our Major League Notebook and our Sunday columns page. Ryan Divish on some clubs who haven't lived up to preseason expectations. The Nationals. Their starting pitching is too good to let them falter. They should be fine. The Mariners. Seattle hasn't destroyed its hopes yet. The White Sox. Heck, the Cubs and their team full of rookies look more confident. For the Indians, already 8.5 out in the American League Central. They won't make up that ground. They simply aren't as good as the Royals and Tigers. And for the Pirates, there is no catching the Cardinals. At best, the Pirates can only hope for another wild card spot for their 3rd straight season. So look at some of the teams that were highly rated and have gotten out of the chute a little slow.
Yeah, getting out of the chute slow pretty early to make those kind of predictions that teams are done. You never know what happens with injuries, and who knows, maybe a future call-up that could help spark a team. A lot of these teams too good. He mentioned the White Sox there. They were really aggressive this offseason, bringing in a lot of free agents and strong pitching, and they just haven't gelled yet. Of course, Robin Ventura right now on the hot seat in Chicago.
Yep.
They're saying, hey, we went out and got you all these players. How come you're not making it work?
Because they don't play. Here's Ellsbury, fouled out the first one, takes it up high. He flied out to right field his first time up. Tell you, there are some teams you better start getting ready for next year. The Milwaukee's 12.5 games out. You are not going to cover that ground unless you have the most miraculous turnaround in baseball history, even if it is only the middle of May. It's a long way to go because you not only got to make up, and as I always note, it's not 12.5, it's 25 games that you've got to make up when you're 12.5 out. 2 ball, 1 strike count on Ellsbury. Ball put up in the air. Jones. He's got it. And that'll retire the leadoff batter. A couple of fly balls for Ellsbury today. Spend your Memorial Day afternoon at Oriole Park. The Birds and the Astros. That'll be Monday, May 25, 1:35. First 20,000 fans, 15 over, receive a Stars and Stripes patterned Orioles barbecue apron. Celebrate the unofficial start of summer at the Yard. Tickets, Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. Astros certainly going to make it interesting in the American League West. 6 games up on the Dodgers, the Angels rather, already, and Seattle 6.5 games out. Houston has won more road games than any other team in the majors. They are 12-3 on the road, 500 at home. Usually the other way around. Best home record belongs to the Cardinals. They are 14-3. Here's Brett Gardner, 1-0 delivered to him, and that's on the inside corner.
Real good fastball right there from Bud Norris. That's where he's got to stay on the lefties. Get that fastball in. Don't be afraid to miss in there a couple times. Help set up the outside part of the plate, or even throw that slider in there under the lefty's hands.
Gardner extended his hit streak to 5 games with a single, and then got thrown out trying to steal third for the third out of the first inning. A-Rod waiting on deck. Norris with the 2-1 delivery. 50th pitch he's thrown will be a ground ball out to Davis. Gardner retired, and there are 2 away.
Look at Chris Davis over here. He's been playing a really solid first base. You talk about his offense so much. Sometimes defensively he gets overlooked, but he has, last couple weeks, put the time in. He made some really impressive stretches to make some tough play, help his infield out. Another good defensive play for Davis down the line.
So a couple of outs. Nobody on. Rodriguez up. He grounded out his first time up. 1-0 pitch to him. Swung on and missed. So the numbers as he chases down the all-time leaders. He right now is 53 home runs behind Babe Ruth for third place. He is only 4 RBIs behind Babe Ruth for fourth place. And he is only 14 runs behind Stan Musial for 8th place. And 40 more hits, he'll have 3,000. 2-ball, 1-strike delivery, and that hit him. Got him on the hip. Second hit batter by Norris this year.
Well, Bud certainly not afraid to throw into any hitters. Last year, a lot of hit batsmen. I mean, that was part of his game. Aggressive inside. He just missed the fastball down and away. He tries to come hard in. Catching A-Rod on that front hip.
So Rodriguez on at first with 2 down. Mark Teixeira. Teixeira drew a walk his first time up. 2 down, the full shift on against Teixeira. And he'll lift one. Silo shot coming back over the screen behind home plate. Teixeira's hitting a .238 left-handed. 7 of his 10 home runs have been hit from this side of the plate. He's 184 batting right. By the way, for A-Rod, first time hit by a pitch this year. 0-1 delivery on the way and outside.
Which is a little bit surprising. I mean, I think you go by the book, you certainly don't want Alex Rodriguez to get his arms extended, so why not try to tie him up inside a little bit? And I think Bud was trying to get in there just to work that outside corner. Started him off with a slider and then fastball away. So he's thinking outer third, brush him back, and then go back out there.
As for the new baseball, pitch up high, 2-ball, 1-strike count. He has walked 2, struck out 2. The Natives walked none, struck out 7. But the Orioles have the home run by Hardy and the 1-0 lead. Rodriguez, very short lead at first base. Teixeira goes down to first. Davis has got it, and he'll take it to the bag. And that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. 3 complete here at Yankee Stadium.
Happy Mother's Day. I hope you have a great day and look forward to having you in Baltimore this weekend.
Well,
he's performing right now uptown in the Bronx. It looks like he'd like to be on the White Way, Midtown.
Oh, Adam, he is funny. I don't know that I have to tell you what he said, right? He wished his mom a happy birthday and said he missed her. And
yeah.
Or, I mean, a happy Mother's Day, not a happy birthday. I guess you got to tell me what he said. Hey, it might be her birthday, too.
Here's Chris Davis. Oh, my gosh. I was trying to remember what Ralph Kiner, my dearly beloved partner with the Mets, Ralph was known for his Kinerisms. Pitch will be taken for a strike. If I remember it right, I think it was Father's Day, and he wished everybody a happy birthday. 1-1 delivery on the way down to first and foul. And with Ralph, there could never be enough of that. It was one of the joys of working with him and for the fans to listen to him, because Ralph had Kinerisms that were all over the place. Tim McCarver and I and Ralph were doing a game from then Shea Stadium one day, and Ralph was doing the open. I was doing hockey, and Ralph came on. Welcome, everybody, Shea Stadium. I'm Ralph Conrad, along with Tim McCarver and Gary Thorne, who's not here. And swing and a miss, and Davis retired. Second time he has struck out.
Well, Pineda slowing him down, then speeding him up. One of his better fastballs. Take a look at the Nissan pitch track, 95 miles an hour. Working that outer third of the plate. Get it by Davis.
Pineda's piling him up. 8 strikeouts, but still trailing in this ball game, 1-0. Hardy's the reason. His home run came in the second inning, and the pitch taken for a strike. So Hardy is now 5 for 9 with 3 home runs off Pineda. The 0-1 pitch is outside. 1-4-0 for the Orioles. 0-2-0 for the Yankees. One delivery on the way. Ground ball foul. KK.
Well, speaking of all the strikeouts that Pineda has today, take a look at most consecutive starts with 5 or more strikeouts, and here are the active streaks. Clayton Kershaw leading the way with 29, but there's Pineda, 10 starts with 5 or more punch-outs. Arrieta, Archer, and Hamels on that list.
Up the middle, they had the shift on. Drew will make the play. 2 down.
Backhand play by Drew. Very versatile up the middle. Can play shortstop and second base. Yankees hoping his bat comes along. They could use a little help. A couple of the Yankees hitters struggling a little bit. Drew one of them.
Alejandro De Aza, a strikeout victim, his first time up. Orioles coming into the ball game 3rd in average and 3rd in runs per game. They are now 1st in home runs with the Hardy home run, 38 of them. So the Orioles offense overall has put some numbers up. It's just during this road trip till yesterday it had been off. Their on-base percentage is now 4th. One of the big efforts by the Orioles this season to get that on-base percentage up, and they have. Down to first and foul. Yankees, they are 9th in average, 6th in runs, 4th in home runs. They've been led by the best ERA overall in the American League. 5th for their starters and 3rd for their bullpen. 1 ball, 1 strike count with 2 down. Diaz accidentally fouls it back.
Orioles hitters paying close attention to Pineda, see if they can see any pattern, maybe pick something up. Is he flaring his glove, try to separate the slider from the fastball?
Did not go. Two ball, 2 strike count. Yankees trying to avoid losing consecutive ball games, something they've done really well this year. The last time the Yankees lost consecutive games was against the Orioles back on April 14 and 15. Swung on and missed. Wow. So Pineda's got 9 strikeouts, equaling his season high, and both times it's been against the Orioles.
Game this season. The month of April for the Orioles, innings 1 through 3, they were flipping out 2.2 runs per game, and then 2.2 4 through 6, 7 through 9 innings, 1.3. A nice average of 5.5 runs per game. May some struggles 1 through 3. Now this team really needs to score first. 12-4 record when they score first. Nice to see him put a mark on the board today. Innings 4 through 6, 1.5, and then that 0.8, averaging only 3 runs per game in the month of May, and that has been a problem for this offense. The roller coaster ride kind of continuing. Looking for some more consistency with the bats, the ability to put more crooked numbers up on the board, especially early in a ball game.
Bud Norris, couple of walks and 2 strikeouts. Will work here against Brian McCann. Strikeout victim is first time up. McCann will lift it foul, deep but foul. As he got around on that one. He's now 2 for 9 with a home run off Bud Norris. Yankee catcher with a shift on against him. And that's into the shift. That's J.J. Hardy, the shortstop. And McCann's retired. 1 down. Let's take a look at our PNC minor league report as all the minor league clubs well underway.
Yeah, Zach Davies off to a great start this season. 1-1 record with a 2.30 earned run average overall. And yesterday against Buffalo, 5 strong innings, just the 3 hits given up, no earned runs, couple walks and 5 punch-outs for Davies. The 26-rounder back in 2011 has yet to give up a home run this season. So he's being challenged at the AAA level after some success in AA last year where he won 10 games, and the 22-year-old seems to be thriving.
Foul back into the screen. Beltran did pick up a single his first time up, hitting only 182 against the Orioles coming into this ball game. 0-1 delivery to him by Norris is in there for a strike. Beltran, the switch hitter in right field. The Orioles with a full shift on him as well. Hitting 232 left-handed, 103 right-handed. Inside, fist high, and a 1-2 count. 1-4-0 the Orioles, 0-2-0 the Yankees. 2 singles, Gardner and Beltran are the only hits Yankees have against Bud Norris. Lifts that one foul, almost the same place where McCann put one. It's a 3rd level foul ball.
Yeah, good try with the slider. Beltran catching it out in front. Really the only thing you can do, you get the head out on that slider as you look at the Nissan pitch track, is pull it foul. Needs that one a touch lower.
1-2 delivery to him will be outside. 2 ball, 2 strike count. 66 pitches thrown by Norris in the ball game. 4-0 record against the Yankees, 2-0 here at the stadium. Lifetime Yankee teams have only hit .214 against Bud Norris, a very low average.
Yeah, Bud very confident against the Yankees.
3-2 delivery, another one. This one even further pulled foul, and that's in the upper deck. Don't get a lot of balls up there.
No. I think 3-2, Bud Norris throwing that slider in there, but it's up. He needs to get that one down. I'd give it another shot, see if he can get it below the knees.
3-2 delivery, and the other way, foul. So Beltran fights off some pitches. Boy, would the Yankees like to see his bat get hot. It's been a real struggle here for him at the start of the season with just a .202 average. No home runs. 12 RBIs. 3-2 delivery again. That one in the air to right field. Going back. He may have one now. Goodbye home run. No sooner said than done. And he's tied the ball game up. One apiece.
Well, Bud was doing a nice job working him in and out throughout the at bat. But Beltran winning that battle. He was waiting on that slider inside. Take a look at the Nissan pitch track, and this slider down and in. And Beltran drops the head on it for his first home run of the season, catching it well out in front of the plate.
So he ties the ball game for Bud Norris, the 4th home run that he has surrendered, 2nd to be hit by a left-hander. Headley grounded out his first time up, 3rd hit for the Yankees. Pitch will be up high. Beltran there at Yankee Stadium, that's a dozen home runs now he has hit at this ballpark in the 79 games that he's played here. The left-handers love it. They can pull it down the line. 2-0 delivery will be outside. So after the home run, he falls behind on Headley 3-0. And with it, the Orioles will shift. Scouting report saying Headley, when he gets ahead on the count, more likely to pull. Four in a row out of the strike zone. 3 walks surrendered by Norris. Our Jeep inside the numbers. Walks.
Yeah, highest percentage of walks that score. And take a look at the Orioles leading the way. 33.3% of the Orioles walks have ended up scoring, and the O's pitchers have walked 100 batters in 29 games. So coming back to hurt them, pretty much just like making an error in the field. Now, granted, there are times, and Bud Norris has done that in this ball game, where you have to walk a guy to set up an easier option for you to get an out.
That ball's going to go into center field for a base hit. Stephen Drew delivers a single. Stopping at second will be Headley. So a home run, a walk, and a single by Drew as the Yankees try and make hay here in the 4th inning, and that will bring Dave Wallace, the pitching coach, out to the mound.
Now, Bud's been looking good. I mean, he's working both sides of the plate. And some good at bats here in this inning. I think Dave Wallace just wants to settle him down a little bit. Don't get too worked up. Slow this game down. This is a very important inning. Do not want to let it get away from Bud Norris. We've seen times where Bud has given up the big inning. And here, he's just got to understand, one pitch away, possible ground ball, and out of this inning.
Almost a 1-for-1 on the ball strike ratio. 1 down. Gregorius up. Strikeout victim his first time up. Yankees have 2 on. With Headley and Drew the base runners. Yankees left 2 on in each of the first 2 innings. Another one in the third. Orioles will play for the double play. Gregorius will take it. It is in there for a strike. Gregorius has had only 1 hit in the series. He's gone 1 for 8 against the Orioles in this 4-game set. And he's hitting only 176 against the Orioles on the season. Oh, 1 delivery on the way. Great divergence in the outfield, as there has been a lot of these hitters. The Oriole outfielders, Diaz in left, Jones in center, are in. In fact, Diaz had just moved 3 more steps in, while Young in right, with a left-hander up, is way back, deeper than probably you'd play normally. Much more comfortable coming in on balls and going back on them. And a swing and a miss. Good pitch. 1-2.
That's the A slider right there. Hard, 88 miles an hour. Great movement. Starts off on the plate. He's trying to get the bat head to the baseball, but incredible late movement, holding good velocity all the way through.
Runners their leads, first and second. 1-2 delivery. Almost caught him as it skimmed by. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Good play by Joseph to hang on.
Really was. And you see Caleb give him the acknowledgement. Yeah, that's where you want to put that slider. And trust me, I'll be here to block it. Nice job by Caleb, and nice job letting him know this is where you got to throw those balls. Don't be hesitant. Get it down in the dirt.
2-ball, 2-strike delivery on the way. Gregorius will take that one outside. So the count is full, 3-2. We'll see if Girardi wants to start the runners here. Headley and Drew. Potential strike him out, throw him out with Headley at second base, not Fleet-of-Foot. J.J. Hardy, the shortstop. Keep him a little bit close at least. 3-2 runners not going. Ball in the air to right. Young coming, not going to get it. Waved around is Headley. Nope. Now he's stopped. Throw to third. Now he goes and he scores. No cutoff man to receive that. And as a result, Headley took off after he had been stopped at third base and scores the go-ahead run.
Yeah, DELMON just kind of assuming that Headley's going to score anyway from second base, so he comes up firing to third. And Headley had the brakes on. This is a good piece of hitting on the high slider. DELMON firing strong throw to third base, but when Headley sees that, he keeps his head up. You keep your head up, eye on the ball and the fielder, and able to score easily on the throw to third.
So Gregorius will get the go-ahead RBI for the moment. Still only 1 down. First and second. Top of the order for JACOBY ELLSBURY. ELLSBURY will foul it back. Gregorius picks up his 6th RBI of the season. Homer by Beltran. RBI Gregorius, and the Yankees up 2-1. ELLSBURY's 0 for 2. He has flied out twice. Now 3 for 18 lifetime off Norris. Brian Mattis in the Orioles bullpen. 0-1 delivery on the way. That'll be up high. In the starts this year for Bud Norris, he's averaged only 4 2/3 innings in his starts. And here in the 4th inning, getting touched up. Double play ball right here as I'd like to get, but ELLSBURY is very tough to double up. And the pitch is going to miss outside. ELLSBURY has grounded into 2 double plays this season. Two and one. Drew at second. Gregorius on at first. Delivery is a strike in the outside corner. ELLSBURY turns away thinking otherwise. 2-2.
I don't think liking the height of that pitch, but great pitcher's pitch from Bud Norris, just missing on the prior fastball. Comes back in and just catching the bottom of the box.
ELLSBURY with a .304 average against the Orioles on the year. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Norris's pitch, he stayed out there. That one's a little wide again, so the count is full, 3-2.
When he gets that call, why not go right back to the spot, put a little two-seam action, and work it off the plate, maybe some weak contact or a swing through. ELLSBURY recognizing it out of his hand. Easy take.
Again, a slow runner at second. Probably not going to run him here. 3-2-1 down. We'll see. They do not go, and it is fouled down the left field side. So ELLSBURY battling here with a 3-2 count. Bud Norris had lived dangerously with the runners on in every inning. 2 each left in the first and second. This, the fourth. Yankees pushing through to get a couple of runs on the board. 3-2 delivery again. ELLSBURY will lift it to left field. De Aza started in. He misjudged it. This will score both Drew and Gregorius. Headed to second base. ELLSBURY's got a double, and the Yankees lead it 4-1.
Tough break for Bud Norris there. Elevated fastball. ELLSBURY, nice job backing it up and driving it the other way with the 2 strikes. But De Aza makes the bad read, takes a couple steps in, and too late at that point to make the adjustment, beating him deep as both runs score for the Yankees.
So it'll be another short outing for Bud Norris as he will leave the ball game. ELLSBURY picking up the 2 RBIs that'll knock him out of the game. ELLSBURY, big hit. Yankees on top 4-1.
In this Orioles dugout, taking some of the frustration out on the bench there. But only lasting 3 1/3, dealing with some illness. I wonder if it was carried over into today's ball game. 6 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 walks. The last one coming in to score. A couple punch outs, 88 pitches. Now it's time for our AT&T call to the bullpen. AT&T, proud partner of the Baltimore Orioles. AT&T, mobilizing your world. Well, Brian Mattis on the bump now. Here's a look at his pitch arsenal. 41% fastballs, a breaking ball, big curve. Has a good slider as well, 28% of the time. The changeup number going up 31%. Facing a lot more right-handed hitters. 270 earned run average for Mattis. Opponents hitting 212. Lefties way down to 100.
And this lineup, of course, loaded with left-handers, including Gardner, who will foul that back. So the Yankees have 4 runs in here in the 4th inning. A runner on at second base. ELLSBURY, who picked up that double, still only 1 away. And Gardner, a base hit, and he has grounded out. And Brian Mattis trying to put a stop to a big inning for the Yankees. Gardner just 2 for 16 off Brian. That's on the outside corner for a strike, and it'll go to 0-2.
I'm sure Brian was ready to pitch today anyway when Bud Norris had to leave the field yesterday because he wasn't feeling too well, and his name was on the list, potential spot start if Bud couldn't make it.
He worked on the 7th in this series. Inning pitched, gave up nothing, had a strikeout. Friday night. 0-2 delivery on the way. Check swing. And the ball's down low. 1 ball, 2 strike count on Gardner. Home run by Beltran. The walk to Headley followed, then singles by Drew, Gregorius, and a double by Ellsbury. Yankees had only 2 hits coming into the inning, 4 in this inning. 1-2 delivery. Gardner takes, and that's there. So Brian Mattis comes on and gets a strikeout. 2 down.
A great fastball from Brian Mattis, and Gardner a little bit in between. I don't think it was the fastball rotation that got him. I think he was just looking for an off-speed pitch. Mattis sneaking it by, and see Caleb Joseph settling that glove back into the zone to get the call.
Alex Rodriguez has been hit by a pitch and has grounded out. Rodriguez 5 for 16 off Mattis with a homer. Runner off second and 2 down. Mattis' delivery in the dirt. Joseph keeps it out in front of him. And a ball 1 to A-Rod.
One of these situations where I think Brian Mattis not going to give anything to A-Rod to hit. Probably work the perimeter of the plate, maybe change pitches and speeds, try to get him to be a little over aggressive. There is a runner out there in scoring position, and you know he wants to get those numbers up.
High fly ball, left field. De Aza shading his eyes, and he will put it away. So, Bud Norris out of there, charged with the 4 runs on 6 hits, 4-1 Yankees. Brought to you by DraftKings. Play daily fantasy baseball for free on DraftKings.com. And a promo code TRIPLEPLAY for free entry. And by Ocean City, Maryland. Put your vacation days to good use in Ocean City, Maryland. Book now at OCOcean.com. Gary Thorne and Mike Wardick here at Yankee Stadium, where the Yankees have a 4-1 lead going to the 5th inning. Orioles heading back home after the ball game. Toronto will come to Camden Yards tomorrow night. Baldo Jimenez and Marco Estrada, the scheduled starters. 6:30 O's extra, 7:05 for the return of the Orioles back to Camden Yards. And the Orioles have won 8 and lost 5 on the year. Caleb Joseph will lead it off. Strikeout Vitka against Pineda. Teixeira will come over and not have a play. Pineda's walked none. He has struck out 9. equaling the season high he had against the Orioles in the first start he had against them. And as was true in that game, so true today, he has had at least one strikeout in each of the first 4 innings of the ball game. Pitch will be taken up high for a ball.
Now, Pineda doing a nice job mixing up his pitches. He has mixed in that changeup, but the fastball slider combination has worked well. So really no need to go to the change other than just maybe changing speeds back and forth. The fastball, good movement, that natural cut life, and I think there's a little deception. That delivery, being so tall, I think it gets on hitters. So they have to play that velocity up even a little bit more.
1 ball, 2 strike count. Joseph fouls it outside of third base to hold it at 1-2. Pineda, the Oriole hitters have hit only .216 against him in the games he has pitched against the Orioles, with that 2-0 record. This is his 6th career start against the O's. He will miss inside and low. 2 ball, 2 strike count.
Take a look at the pitch track, working that lower third of the plate, just missing with the last slider down.
Breaking ball on top of it, snagged in the on-deck circle. Ryan Flaherty.
I really think it's impressive that somebody that big can control his body and the baseball that well. I mean, really targeting the bottom of the zone here. You're not going to have a lot of success if you can't command the baseball. And big reason why he's off to such a strong start. Great command, low walks, high strikeouts.
And he got him. So that's going to equal his career high. 10 strikeouts in the ball game. 3rd time he has done it. Last time was against Boston, September of last year.
And that's his 4-seam fastball, that natural cut life. And take a look at his strikeout to walk ratio. We just got done facing Bartolo Colon, who is leading the world with that 34. Only 1 walk on the season, but Pineda only 3 walks, and his strikeout count ratcheting up, averaging 12.7 strikeouts per walk.
And Ryan Flaherty. By the way, that number for Bartolo Colon, 34, which is astronomical, 34 strikeouts at every walk, is the highest strikeout ratio in a pitcher's first 6 starts since 1900. That's how precise Bartolo Colon has been, and the Orioles saw that in the start he made at Citi Field during this road trip.
Yeah, real impressive. Everything working on the plate, and has incredible movement. How he commands all those offerings. Very impressive.
Thank the Elias Sports Bureau for that number. That's fouled off at the plate. Flaherty, a strikeout victim, his first time up, and a 1 ball, 2 strike count with Manny Machado waiting on deck. Orioles won this season series last year 13-6 against the Yankees, breaking a long reign where the Yankees had either won the series or tied it. That shot down the line and foul. Shift was on, so he had a lot of room down there, but just missed.
Nice try, and that fastball got on. Ryan Flaherty, changeup pitch before. He was a little out in front, tells himself to stay back. So 94 in on the hands, but pretty good approach, and almost got himself an extra base hit on the left field line.
Now the full shift employed. Here's the 1-2 delivery by Pineda, and that's right there. Mercy. So a new career high, 11 strikeouts.
Outside corner seems to be opening up a little bit. Ryan Flaherty not liking the call there. Let's take a look on the pitch track. A little cut life, but didn't quite make it back to the box. Ryan Flaherty letting him know on the end. He didn't like that call. You can see on the overhead view, it was off the plate.
2 down, nobody on. Here in the 5th inning, and here is Manny Machado. He'll go after the first pitch down the line and foul. Trying for that short porch opposite field on that one. Manny at 277 with 5 home runs. 14 RBIs on the year. 0-1 delivery. A big year against the Yankees coming into this ball game, hitting at .348, and he's gone 1 for 2 in the game with that base hit in the third, extending his streak to 16 consecutive games reaching base. 1-1 delivery. Check swing. They go to first. It didn't go.
Nice quiet takes for Manny Machado. We talked to him beginning of this road trip, and he feels good because his legs are strong. He's got a nice base underneath him. Well, pitches like that, nasty sliders, if your legs aren't feeling good, you're going to drift and potentially swing. But Manny really shown the ability to lay off tough pitches, keeping that head still and a strong foundation, and working with new hitting coach Scott Coolbaugh. And Manny having some success.
Two balls, 2 strikes, and 2 down. Machado's gone. That was there, too. Oh, he's out. What is that? Machado slamming the bat, slamming the helmet. 12 strikeouts, second time in the ball game. Pineda struck the side out.
Hardy going deep to get the Orioles on the board first. His 3rd home run off Pineda. Beltran strikes back, gets a slider down and in, drops the head on it. And that's his 1st home run of the year. ELLSBURY creating some distance, though. Beaza misplaying the line drive, and he picks up 2 Yankee runners. And the Yankees take the lead 4-1. Remember, Geico 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com for a free rate quote.
And Mark Teixeira will be facing Brian Mattis, who came on to get the final 2 outs in the 4th inning. And Teixeira will take the pitch for a strike. Teixeira is 7 for 21 with 1 home run off Brian Mattis. A lot of the switch hitters in the lineup here. Teixeira, Beltran, Headley. 0-1 delivery by Mattis. That'll be in the dirt. Yankees with a 4-1 lead, trying to take 3 out of 4 in this series against the Orioles. Orioles with plenty of time to battle back here in this ball game. But Pineda has made that mighty tough. Here's the 1-1. Lifted in the air, center field. Jones. Oop, look out. Young was coming over. Adam called him off and one away. Season's first fireworks night is coming to Oriole Park on Friday, May 29. The O's will be taking on the Rays 7:05 and then stay after the game for the beautiful fireworks display presented by Kaiser Permanente. Gather up your family and friends, create new Birdland memories. Tickets, Orioles.com or 888-848-BIRD. That's fireworks, May 29. Infield moves to the shift. McCann 0 for 2, a strikeout, and he is grounded out. 2 for 10 against the Orioles this series. And if it stays fair, it does. Goodbye, home run. McCann with a launch shot into the second deck. And that will extend the Yankee lead to 5-1.
Well, they brought him over, one of the most prolific power hitters, 7 straight years of 20 or more home runs. And off to a good start power-wise this season, jumping on that first pitch. And Brian Mattis, his 4th dinger. Take a look. Caleb Joseph setting up down and away. That's down there, but not quite enough. With McCann backlegging it and then making sure it stays fair.
7th hit of the ball game for the Yankees, and their 2nd home run. Beltran getting one in the last inning. Well, Brian Mattis surrenders the homer to the right-handed batter. 2nd home run he's given up on the season. 1-0 count. Beltran the other home run. And that will be outside. The count goes to 2-0. So the Yankees continued with an offense that's putting up some runs for them this season. Beltran facing Brian Mattis for the first time. 2-0 delivery to him, and that will be outside. 3-0.
Take a look at Beltran's power zone and where the home run was. Really likes the ball up and out over. The slider staying down and in. Now he saw 3 of those sliders and pulled them foul deep into the stadium seats. Well, that one he was able to keep fair.
4 out of the strike zone by Mattis. 1 on, 1 down. Be sure to text Masson's word of the day, Boog, to 29292 for your chances to win a meet and greet with Adam Jones. That's Boog, 29292, your chance to win with Masson. Yankees have picked up 4 walks in the game, 3 off Norris, and now 1 by Brian Mattis. And the pitch is a breaking ball taken inside Headley. Headley drew one of those walks in the 4th inning and would score. The only walk of the 4 to score so far in the ball game for the Yankees. Headley is also grounded out, 2 for 13 in the series. Mattis has pitched to him, and that'll be away for a ball.
Just missing with a couple offerings there, and Brian want to take a little walk around and settle down. Don't get too worked up. Just missed with the curveball, and there, just off that outside corner with the fastball. Couple quality pitches, but you want to get that strike over and then go to work nibbling.
Pitch to him, and that's going to miss. So low and away, and the count goes to 3-0. That's 7 in a row out of the strike zone after the home run by McCann. Beltran on at first base. Could well be a green light here for Headley. He'll take it though, and it's in there for a strike. Yankees started the season 3-6, and then they flipped the on switch up. They've gone 16-6 since that 3-6 start. In the air, left field, De Aza going back. Warning track, the wall, and makes the catch. So Headley is retired on the long fly ball out. Beltran will go back to first base. 2 down.
Putting some good swings on Brian Mattis right now. Headley just missing that one, sending De Aza right back to the wall.
Drew will be up. He has not had a hit against Mattis, 0 for 6 in his career. A 5-1 lead for the Yankees. Runner on at first base, 2 down. And Drew, watch one catch the outside corner for a strike. The Orioles only run the home run by Hardy that came in the 2nd inning. Orioles have left 2 of those in scoring position. check swing he went around on. Yankees getting their 5 runs on 7 hits. They've had somebody on base in every inning, and they have stranded 6, 3 of those in scoring position.
Brian got to take advantage of this opportunity here, getting ahead of Drew, looking very uncomfortable after that second check swing on the breaking ball. With this Orioles offense back in the dugout.
0-2 delivery came in. 91-mile-an-hour fastball. 0-2 count. Sun-drenched crowd right now. A lot of fog in the air last night after the ball game, and then this morning it is burned off. And a pretty day here with the temperature up around 80 right now. Runner off first. Delivery will be fouled back again by Stephen Drew.
See Brian Mattis this season, his pitch arsenal, when he's ahead in the count, he uses that fastball 36% of the time, breaking ball 39%, the changeup 25%. One of the reasons why he's had success, he has the ability to throw all of his pitches for strikes. One-time starter, has command of all of his offerings and keeps hitters guessing.
Thought about it. Stayed away, and it's a ball. A 1-ball, 2-strike count. Orioles have the shift on. They had the 1-0 lead on the Hardy home run in the second, and then it disappeared in the fourth. And the Yankees have added to it here in the fifth. 1-2 delivery. 2-2.
Pretty good take right there from Drew. That would be the pitch that he would bite on, trying to protect 2 strikes, as already did earlier in the bat. Check swing on the breaking ball, making the adjustment.
Beltran at first, and the 2-2 delivered to Drew, and that's the other way. Diaz again's got to go back, but he's got room. He'll put it away. Almost forgot how many outs there were, and then realized and held onto the ball. So a run in on the homer by McCann. A base runner left on. Our Mazda do-ups. Paredes, Jones, and Young. Losing their jobs. Top 2 would have to be John Gibbons of Toronto and Robin Ventura of the White Sox. From Mel Antonin. Doesn't take long if you don't start out meeting expectations at the beginning of the year for managers to find themselves in the hot seat.
Yeah, especially if you're aggressive over the offseason. And I'm sure a lot of managers have input on the players they want, and if it doesn't start working out, then the manager is the one they're pointing the finger at.
Yep. 5-1 lead for the Yankees as we go to the 6th inning. Paredes leads it off. First ball hitting. Pineda needs 1 more strikeout to have struck out more batters so far this year than any other pitcher on the season. James Shields, Clayton Kershaw, Felix Hernandez, and Michael Fears have all struck out 12. So has Pineda today. That'll be chopped foul at the plate and an 0-2 count on Paredes. A base hit, 9-game hit streak for Jimmy.
Pretty good change up right there. We've seen a lot of pitchers throw the kitchen sink at Jimmy Paredes, trying to find a weakness, a hole, get him off balance, trying to expose him in some way, but he's been on everything.
0-2 delivery to him. That'll be grounded foul outside of first base. 351, 5 home runs, and 15 RBIs. And as Mike says, the longer this goes, the more clear it is finding a hole for him in that swing. Must be pretty tough because scouting reports get around in a hurry on major league players.
And Paredes originally signed by the Yankees, so he's happy he's having a good series here, I'm sure. He did get the big leagues at a very young age, 22 years old with Houston, spent a few years up and down with them, and moved on to Kansas City last year, and then the Orioles were able to land him at the end of the season. Where, you know, got some big hits for the Orioles, a couple home runs, not a lot of at-bats. So nice to see him really making himself a big part of this team.
There it is. 13 strikeouts, most any pitchers had this year.
And this fastball just taking off after working down and away. Just cutting up and in on Jimmy Paredes. Look at that big strikeout.
That's 5 strikeouts in a row recorded by Pineda. He struck out De Aza to end the 4th inning. He struck the side out in the 5th, and now he gets Paredes leading off the 6th. Adam Jones, he's had a double, and he has popped out. Mark Teixeira made a great defensive play on him to deny him a hit in the 3rd inning, going away over the shoulder catch at first base. And, that was a big play because the Orioles had 2 on and only 1 down. 0-1 delivery down to 3rd and foul. So he's ahead on the count, 0-2.
Well, getting ahead with all of his pitches, getting ahead with a slider there on Adam Jones, and then a little changeup at 87 miles an hour. Throws a harder changeup than most pitchers, but you know, he gets movement on all of his pitches. Changeup much better for him when it's down in the zone.
Another one. Mercy. Adam does not agree, but it's strikeout number 14.
You know, sometimes games pitchers who get ahead try to change the eye level with fastballs up at the top of the zone, and here Adam rung up as this one catching the top of the zone, and Mark Carlson ringing him up. Plate might be getting a little bit bigger.
So there are 2 down. Here's Delmon Young, and that'll miss outside for a ball. Pineda putting on a show here. Young has struck out twice. 1-0 delivery to him. That'll end the strikeout streak. Back, warning track, and off the top of the wall. Delmon Young on his way to second base. ELLSBURY gets it back in, and Young has a double. And the Orioles end that streak of strikeouts. Delmon gets on at second base.
Delmon Young, nice easy swing here on the slider. Gets the full extension, though. Deepest part of Yankee Stadium, about a foot away, and going out to straightaway center.
It's a 400-foot double right there by Delmon Young. Orioles' 5th hit of the ball game. 5-1 game. Well, here's the chance to cut into that lead. Chris Davis has struck out twice. 2 down, shift in place. Only J.J. Hardy has avoided being struck out by Pineda in the Orioles lineup today. Davis with strikeouts 3 and 8. 1-0 count, 2 down. Pineda approaching that 90 pitch mark in the ball game. He's only gone to 100 once this year. 1-0 delivery. That'll miss outside. 2-0.
Joe Girardi's kind of used him conservatively, not letting that pitch count get too high. This might be one of those situations where he's in such good command. Of course, you get a lot of strikeouts, your pitch count's going to be up anyway, and he does indeed have a lot of strikeouts today.
2-0 count. Maybe Davis gets one to hit. Into the shift, handled by the shortstop, Gregorius. And that will retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. Yankees 5 and the Orioles 1.
Just thanks for all the moms being there for us and giving us the opportunities we have today.
Tommy Hunter on this Mother's Day. And great to have all of you moms joining us. Yankees had the 5-1 lead. And this past February, the Orioles served as the mission engagement chair of the Heart Association's Heart Ball. Together, the Orioles and the event chair Sun Trust raised more than $679,000 cardiovascular disease research and education programs. To learn how you can help, go to Orioles.com/AHA. Brian Mattis on the mound for the Orioles came on in the 4th inning. Gave up the home run to McCann. Gregorius will lead it off against him. He's had an RBI single and has struck out. Hello. No, another hit batter. Lead off here in the 6th inning.
Just lost the breaking ball there. Trying to overthrow that pitch.
First hit batter for Mattis this year. And the leadoff man on for the Yankees. Jason Garcia in the bullpen for the Orioles. And scoring these runs today, 5 runs, 7 hits for the Yankees. It's the first time they've had the leadoff man on base. Swing and a miss. Jacoby Ellsbury. Ellsbury, a 2 RBI double, big hit in the 4th inning. Last batter faced by Bud Norris, who gave up 4 runs, 6 hits over 3 1/3 innings. Ellsbury 1 for 3 in the ball game. Oh, 1 to him. That'll miss for a ball. Ellsbury carries a 3 for 8 against Brian Mattis.
Ellsbury could really be the key, I think, to the Yankees' continued success this season. He's had problems with health in his career.
1, and that's all they'll be. A 1 hopper bat to Brian Mattis. They get Gregorius going into second base. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the Orioles may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Orioles. Fielder's choice for Ellsbury. Gardner, single, 1 for 3. 320 on the year for Gardner. This will be his second at bat against Brian Mattis in the ball game. He got called out on strikes back in the 4th inning. Ellsbury off first base with that great speed. Gardner will have a strike called on him as he couldn't hold up on it. 0-1.
That's the type of breaking ball he wanted to throw Gregorius that ended up backing up and hitting him in the leg. So good pitch. Good job starting him off with a strike. Gardner has that good ability to really get out in front. Tries to, with a hole open over there. Ellsbury on first. Tries to hook balls down that right field line. 2 strikes, different story. Great ability to use the whole field, keeps the swing short, and puts pressure on with that speed.
Orioles' Brian Mattis has worked 3 innings, his longest outing so far this season. Came last month against Toronto. 1-1 delivery to him, a little chopper. Hardy will field, 1, no relay. They get the force out again. So Gardner will reach. Ellsbury taken out at second base on the 6-4, and there are 2 down. And that will be it for Brian Mattis. Like Showalter on his way out with the right-hander. Rodriguez coming up. Showalter wants the right-hander to go against A-Rod. A 5-1 lead, 2 down here in the 6th.
Fastball 75%, that breaking ball 25% of the time. Still trying to get his legs underneath him in the big league level. Fastball getting up low, mid-90s at times. Pretty good slider, able to locate it well at a 6.35 earned run average. 6 strikeouts, 7 walks in his 11 1/3 innings of work. It's hitting just 233 off Garcia. Great opportunity for Garcia, obviously, to learn at this level. Certainly doesn't want any more runs on the board here. Big out as he faces Alex Rodriguez.
0 for 2 and hit by a pitch in the ball game. Gardner's on at first base. Garcia worked against the Mets on the 6th at Citi Field. Worked an inning and had a strikeout. 2 down. Rodriguez will take the slider away for ball 1. Bottom half of the 6th inning here in this concluding game of the road trip. The Yankees with that 4-run, 4-hit 4th inning. Taking the lead, adding to it with a home run by McCann in the 5th. 1-0 pitch, runner goes. Throw down Joseph. 1 hopper, and he's in there. So a stolen base for Brett Gardner.
Gardner knows the importance of tack-on runs, especially when you're going against the Orioles offense. And here, getting into scoring position for Alex Rodriguez. Nice job hanging onto this ball by Ryan Flaherty, the short hop pick. Hits the glove on the body, but Gardner's good speed. We'll get that hand in and under the tag.
2-0 count. Check swing. Drop the bat. Make sure he didn't go around with it anymore. And the count goes to 3-0. So Gardner down at second base. He's 1 for 2 in stolen bases today. 10 out of 12 in the year. A-Rod almost assuredly a green light here. 3-0 count. Garcia's delivery to him, and it's inside for a ball. So Garcia surrenders the walk. The Yankees have runners on at first and second for Mark Teixeira. Teixeira's drawn a walk and 0 for 2 otherwise. 3 hits, 12 at bats in this series. Garcia with 2 down. You'll get it in there for a strike. Garcia went 3-2, 3 saves. He had 14 games, 7 starts, Class A last year. Rule 5, of course, for the Orioles, who like the arm. They wish he could pitch in the minors, but if they know he wouldn't clear waivers if they tried to move him down, so he's got to stay on the Major League roster anyway as a Rule 5 player. They don't want to lose him. 0-2 count. Runners off first and second base. Grounded foul.
Yeah, it's a tough chance you take. And the Orioles have been very fortunate to get some good Rule 5 picks. Garcia, certainly one of those promising arms, just a very young age. And when you can land arms like that, or potentially land arms like that, you certainly want them in your system. Tough because he is so young, and this is such a tough division. We're not getting
it kind of fits what Buck Showalter talked about this week in our Buck Speaks page of our notebook. You've got 2 or 3 huge days in our organization. One of them is the June draft. We've got 4 picks in the first 100. We got to nail it because that's who we are. We can't miss. Some other teams might be able to get through with some other things, doing other things like just spending money on it. Orioles can't do that. Swing and a miss. Gets the strikeout. So Garcia will lead the base runner, 2 of them on. It's a 5-1 Yankee lead. Jay Hardy. Hardy came up in the second inning, 1 down, nobody on, and launched his first home run of the year coming off Pineda, and that has been the run-up on the board. Towson Drive of the Game brought to you by Lexus of Towson, the area's #1 volume Lexus dealer, 5 years running. See why LexusofTowson.com.
Take a look at the home run story this season for the Orioles. Ranked second in the American League with 37 homers. Solo home runs tied for fourth with 24 solo shots this year. I think what's important, the runs scored by those home runs. Orioles' Dan Duquette talking all the time about on-base percentage, getting guys on base so those home runs have more of an impact. The Orioles would like to score more runs by way of that homer.
That's our Express Stat by Express Care, a LifeBridge health partner. For locations, visit whywaitinther.com. 1 ball, 1 strikeout on Hardy, the homer and a ground ball out. Pineda, no walks. Career high 14 strikeouts. And a base hit. It's the one guy in the lineup. Pineda just cannot get out, as he's 2 for 3 in the ball game, and now 6 for 11 with 3 home runs lifetime off the Yankee right-hander.
Sees him well. Got to share the secret with everybody else on the team.
So the Orioles get their 6th hit of the ball game here in the 7th inning. De Aza has struck out twice. Pineda had gone through the middle innings, retiring 10 in a row, 8 of them by strikeouts. Pitch outside. In case you're wondering, he ran up 6 consecutive strikeouts, the major league record for consecutive strikeouts by a pitcher in a game. 10, held by Tom Seaver. Back in 1970, he did that against the Padres, striking out 10 in a row.
And you see Pineda's pitch count up to 95. You talk about his longest outing of the year, only 101 pitches, so I'm sure Girardi keeping a close eye.
1-0 delivery on the way, breaking ball, yikes. That had some movement on it at 82 in a 1 ball, 1 strike count. That's Justin Wilson in the bullpen. Get Pineda through 7. They have both Betances and Miller available for this ball game. They were not yesterday just because of days pitched. Another wrinkle, and that's in there for a strike. 1-2.
Really locating that pitch well. Slider coming up big for Pineda in this ball game. Back door to get ahead there. Look at the location on the pitch track. Back-to-back pitches down and away. Not a lot you can do there.
Alejandro De Aza, 1-2. Hardy off first. Then heated it up to 92. And he was late on the swing. And fouled it off. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Yankees 2 RBIs by Ellsbury on a double. McCann a solo home run. Beltran a solo shot. And Gregorius an RBI single. The Orioles only run the Hardy homer. That'll be knuckled to short. Long throw somewhere. Oh, got the out at second base. Gregorius to Drew on an almost impossible out. And they get Hardy on the forced play.
Yeah, really nice play by Didi Gregorius, showing the range here, and then it gets hung up underneath, but still able to keep his balance and enough on the throw to get Hardy. You see him get up in the air, and the throw from down under. Nice job by Drew, stretching like the first baseman. And get that force out at second base.
So 1 down. Now Diaz at first base, and here's Caleb Joseph. Caleb has struck out twice. Slider away. 100 pitches. He threw 100 in the game against the Mets 2 starts ago. 101 last start against Toronto. Diaz back to the bag.
I think there are times when managers and pitching coaches, they look at their starting pitcher and they say, well, how many times did he really have to labor through? Were there innings that Pineda had to grind in this ball game? And not really. He's been on cruise control the whole way through.
Yep. As we said, it's all these strikeouts, 14 of them that have upped that pitch count. Caleb Joseph 0-2. Ryan Flaherty on deck batter. Only one out here. Orioles running out of outs to work with as we're in the 7th inning. They're down by 4. De Aza not going anywhere. Put up in the air, back to the seats and foul.
Pineda's start to this season is going to make him feel good, and he's hoping he can flip out 34 starts for the Yankees this year.
He's 4-0. 2.97 earned run average. Here's the 0-2 delivery. That'll be up high. Yankees hoping to get they'll get Tanaka back to pitch. Not real soon, but he is throwing flat surface long toss, which is a little earlier than they thought he would be doing. 1-2 pitch on the way and outside. Good eye by Caleb Joseph, and the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is where it gets a little harder in the American League on these decisions about how long you leave a starter in. 2-2 delivery on the way, fouled off. You don't want to go that one extra hitter that costs you a couple of runs. You also don't want to go that one extra pitch that takes too much out of your starter for this game and for the next one. And that's real hard to judge.
It sure is. Yeah, we've seen pitchers that get past what they typically throw, and manager sticks with them, and then their next outing, maybe even the next 2, they're just off. They're worn down a little bit.
2-2 delivery, and he got him again. 15 strikeouts.
A real good slider. Take a look at the finish on this pitch, working itself off the plate, 86 miles an hour.
Larry Rothschild, the pitching coach, is going to come out and have a word probably about just what we were talking about. How are you? You sure you're okay? Is your arm all right? Will they give him a chance to get through the inning here? 2 down and a runner on at first base.
That's impressive. 15 strikeouts is impressive, but 13 swinging shows you the movement he's been getting on his pitches. Many of those sliders down. The Orioles hitters just swinging over the top. Tough to pick up. Big frame here, 6'7", 275-pound guy out there dealing this afternoon.
So at 2 away, Ryan Flaherty in. De Aza's on at first. Flaherty has struck out twice. Pitch away for a ball. De Aza, Joseph, and Flaherty. 7 strikeouts. Bottom third of the order. Only time they put the ball in play was De Aza's fielder's choice this inning. Pineda with a 1-0 delivery. An off-speed breaking ball again, and the count's 2-0. If he doesn't get Flaherty, he's going to be out of the game.
Yeah. I think that's probably what he told him. So this is your last hitter. Make it good.
Two-0 count. That's there for a strike. At 90.
Pineda just 26 years old. The Orioles probably going to see him for a long time.
2-1. All the way back to 82. And a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Really mixing it up here the last couple of innings speed-wise. Can he leave the ball game with a strikeout? Yes, he can. 16 strikeouts for Pineda. Yankees up. 7th inning stretch time in New York.
Florida. I know she's watching today, and of course my wife Angela. Pretty glad my mother decided to be a mother, and from my and my 3 sisters, Melanie, Marina, and Melinda, all mothers. God bless all of you.
Happy my mother decided to be a mother.
We all are, aren't we?
We didn't have much shot otherwise. Yankees have the 5-1 lead, 7th inning stretch time, 80-degree day here in New York. And for the Yankees, that has been a good one. For Buck Showalter, not so. Orioles need to have a big late inning comeback in this ball game as we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning. Tomorrow they return home. Toronto, 3 games, all at night. Hope you'll get out and see the Orioles. They'll be back for some big ball games as they get back, stay in division play against Toronto. Opener, Rivaldo Jimenez, Marco Estrada. Our coverage on MASN, 6:30 goes extra, presented by Southwest, followed by game coverage at 7. All the access you need right here on MASN.
Take a look at this upcoming series against the Blue Jays. They lead the season series, dominating the Orioles 5-1. They're 3rd in the East with the 16 wins, 15 losses. And they've won their last 2 series against the Yankees and Red Sox. 6 of 9 games. There's a look at the probable starters. Estrada moved from the bullpen into the starting rotation. He'll take on Jimenez, Burley, Tillman, Sanchez, and Gonzalez for the 3-game series.
Bottom of the 7th inning. Here is Brian McCann, Yankee catcher, against Jason Garcia. Home run number 4 in the year in the 5th inning. He is 1 for 3 in the ball game. Brian Mattis worked 2 1/3, a run on a hit, a walk, and a strikeout. Bud Norris, the Orioles starter, 4 runs, 6 hits, 3 1/3, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts. Pineda, of course, the run on 6 hits so far over 7. He hasn't walked anybody. and has struck out 16. 2-0 pitch will be outside. Count goes to 3-0 on McCann. Beltran and Headley due up for the Yankees. .3-0 taken for a strike. Yankees go to Tampa Bay. They've got another 4-game series. Don't usually have back-to-back 4-game series, but that's what's happening for the Yankees. These 4 at home against the Orioles and 4 more in Tampa Bay. Garcia's 3-1 pitch. That's down low, and he walks him. Second walk surrendered by Garcia. Leadoff walk here in the 7th inning. Follow the Orioles all season with MLB.com at bat. The #1 app for live baseball at bat is up to the moment at any moment. In-game highlights, live look-ins, replays, radio broadcasts, and more. MLB.com at bat for your smartphone or tablet. Beltran's also drawn a walk. He's hit his first home run of the year, and he's had a single, 2 for 2. 4 hits, 13 at bats in this series. Pitch away by Garcia.
Garcia some problems with base on balls this season here, losing his command a little bit. Love to drive that fastball down to the bottom of the zone, especially with that late movement.
You get that one in there for a strike. Looking back to last year's Mother's Day, the Orioles came in with a 19-14 record, 19-14. Their last Mother's Day game. So they've had a 7-game swing. This year, 13-15. Pitch is going to be taken inside. Garcia with a 2-ball, 1-strike count. Garcia, 2 2/3 innings work this year, his high in innings pitched. They've been infrequent, sporadic. Grounded foul. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Beltran with 13 RBIs, even with that .210 batting average. 2-2 delivery on the way and way up high. Teixeira, the Yankees leader in runs batted in with 25. And Buck Showalter out to the bullpen again. He'd like to not use perhaps one more reliever. And Garcia really struggling. So that's 3 walks and 4 batters faced. And the Yankees get runners on at first and second. Dave Wallace on his way out.
Now Wallace calming the young Garcia down as Brad Brock warming up in the Orioles bullpen. And the Orioles want to save the arms. A tough series coming up against the Blue Jays. They've been playing good baseball. Some of the bats that were quiet are now alive. Martin, their catcher, he's raking. Donaldson's been hot all season long, and they have a young second baseman, Travis, that looks like the next Babe Ruth. He's been hitting the ball all over the place. So you need the good arms. Then, like we said, the Blue Jays have had their number this season, put up some big scores. They have the arms ready.
Chris Young has come on as the pinch runner at first base. He'll stay in and play right field. McCann down at second. Nobody out. Here's Headley. That's outside. Headley's 0 for 2. He did draw a walk in the 4th inning. Came around to score. Yankees with somebody on in every inning of this ball game. And that'll be foul back. He got one to hit, wanted that, but it could only foul it off. 1-1. 39,059 on hand on this Mother's Day in New York. 39,059 to see the Yankees, who are going after their 20th win of the season. In the American League, Yankees with 19. KC's got 19. Houston with 20 starting today. One ball, 2-strike count on Headley. Yankees now out hitting the Orioles 7-6. with that 5-1 lead. And that will miss. 2 ball, 2 strike count.
Good try, though. Nice quality pitch there. Caleb Joseph acknowledging that. You want competitive pitches that mean something. Good slider down at the bottom of the zone. Real good pitch, especially when you get ahead. He's been working a couple fastballs away. But losing some fastballs on that arm side, just opening up a little too quick. Kind of non-competitive fastballs as well. Talk about Garcia just trying to settle in here at the major league level. Great spring training. Rule 5 pitcher, a standout. Had a real good year last year. They love his delivery, smooth delivery, and the potential with the arm. Hit 97, 98 last season.
Ground ball, 1, relay. And they will turn the double play. So Garcia gets the ground ball he wanted there. Headley hits into it. Runner to third, 2 down.
Nice job getting ahead and getting a little two-seam action on the fastball down in the zone. Hardy to Flaherty on to Davis. Nice clean double play. Help Garcia out.
So now a runner at third. That's McCann, 2 down. And Drew, a walk, a single, and a fly ball out. 10 RBIs for the Yankee infielder, who's played both second and short in this series. And Drew on the breaking ball does not get it. Garcia, just 22 years old, out of high school in Land O'Lakes High School in Florida. This is only year number 6 in professional baseball. Only 73 games at the minors. Pitch inside, 1 ball, 1 strike count.
And the Red Sox, Garcia had arm surgery, so the Red Sox didn't put him on the 40-man roster. He was available in the Rule 5 draft, and some good scouting, able to get their eyes on him, thinking that this guy could potentially do something to help the Orioles. The Orioles have had success. We talk about the Rule 5 guys. Ryan Flaherty, Rule 5 3 years ago, and he's been here with the Orioles since, and they've gone to 2 postseasons with Flaherty being Rule 5. TJ McFarland, brought over from the Indians as a Rule 5, made the team, and huge impact out in the Orioles bullpen the last couple years.
2-1 delivery is in there for a strike, so Garcia takes it to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Hoping that Garcia settles in and can make an impact like those guys.
Just needs some work, needs experience, which is tough to get at this level. Here's the 2-2 delivery on the way, and that's outside. So the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 2 down here in the 7th. Yankee bullpen active. Pinedo, I'm sure, will be coming out of the game. And he walks it. That's 4 walks. Gregorio coming up. Hit by a pitch, single and an RBI. Is struck out. He has scored a run. Bottom part of this order has done some real damage. 2 down.
Buck Showalter does not want to go to his bullpen this inning.
No. Doesn't even want to get anybody up. Pitch is outside. DD Gregorius. Runners at first and third and 2 down. Problem is, this is not really a mop-up role. The Orioles are only down by 4, and they've got 6 outs to work with, so you know there's room here for the Orioles to get back into the ball game. You really don't want to give up any more runs, but it's enough of a difference that you don't want to get up the guys that you want to be able to use tomorrow. 1-1 delivery on the way, and that's going to miss inside. So 2 ball, 1 strike count. Garcia just struggling here. He's got 4 walks and a strikeout.
You see all over the place by the pitch track. Away, in, and down, missing the plate.
2-1 delivery on the way and a strike on the outside corner. Gregorius leaning out, held off on it. And the count goes to 2-2.
Good place to work. That outside corner seems to be expanding a little bit as this game progresses.
Two pitch on the way. Gregorius will foul it back. Mother's Day crowd's been pretty quiet here at Yankee Stadium today. Once the Yankees got those 4 runs in the 4th inning, all they were cheering were the Pineda strikeouts, and it's been a quiet game. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 down. And Gregorius launches one right center field, back near the wall, and it hits right off the base of the wall. They're going to try and score 2. Throw will come to third, and the out recorded, and the run will not count. Second run, Drew trying to cross the plate, did not get there before Gregorius got thrown out. So it will be a double and an RBI. Adam Jones getting it back into the infield. Ryan Flaherty getting over to Machado. The Yankees will add only 1 on that hit.
Ratios in all of baseball. He gets Davis, he gets Young, he gets Caleb Joseph to chase the high heat. Joseph going down again. He had the slider working, and the Orioles' frustrations kept building. So Pineda with a monster game. Take a look at his line there. 7 innings, no walks, 16 punch outs. And there's his pitch arsenal. The fastball 53% of the time. That slider came up big 37% of the time. And the change right on cue at 10%. So very tough to get to Michael Pineda. 111 pitches thrown. Esmil Rogers now in. Here's a look at his pitch arsenal. That fastball 58% of the time. Breaking ball, the slider 41%. The rare change just 1%. Look at his numbers. 2.89. 18 2/3 innings work, 17 Ks, 5 walks for Rogers. Rogers was in that battle for 5th spot. The rotation. See opponents hitting 224 overall off Rogers. But ended up moving to the pen and doing a nice job out there. Good fastball, 93 or so.
Manny Machado will lead it off. So in that last inning, a run scores on 1 hit and nobody left on base. It's a very unusual inning. There were 3 walks, a double, only 1 run, and nobody left on. That's because of a double play and the final out recorded on the base pass at third. You don't see that very often. So it's a 6-1 lead. down the line in right field. Young, who came on to play, will watch that one go foul. Chris Young, a pinch runner, stays in the ball game for Beltran in right field. Manny Machado's picked up a single and has struck out twice. 6-8-0 the Yankees, 1-6-0 for the Orioles. Gregorius with a 2 RBI ball game. With a double he picked up and then got thrown out at third in that last inning. Towards the middle. There is Gregorius, who will make the play. One away in the 8th. Orioles familiar with Ismael Rogers, having pitched in Toronto for a couple of years. Had been with Colorado before that. Acquired by the Yankees off the waiver wire for the 18 games last year and into this year. Brady's a single, 9-game hit streak. He is 1 for 3. They'll move the shift on against him. 0 for 1 against Rogers. Now the Orioles offense got going yesterday in that 6-2 win, but the other 3 ball games, Yankee pitchers have done a real good job, even though the Orioles played 2 one-run ball games to start this series. The Yankees would love to get through this game not having to use either Miller or Betances and give them a couple days rest. 1-1 delivery. It's a good off-speed pitch. 1-2.
Yeah, Rogers has all 4 pitches, actually, a slider and a curveball. That one, the curve. Yeah, Orioles offense, they're in some buzzsaws on this road trip.
Ball hit hard. Young going over. That'll take a hop off the wall. And going to try for 2. Here's the throw by Young. Not in time. And he stays on the bag. So Paredes continues to be the Orioles' hot hitter. A double. 2 for 4.
Down in the zone. Went down and got it. Squares up another one. Big bounce off the wall when he recognizes that kick. And turns it on safely into second base.
So Paredes on with a double. Jones 1 for 3. He's had a double in the ball game. Adams gone 4 for 12 against Rogers. And Jones will take the pitch inside for a ball. Brady's with his 2-hit day now. He's got 27 hits in the 18 games he's played in. And he's put the extra base hits up. 5 homers, 6 doubles, 2 triples.
Yeah, impressive little run here Paredes has put on. I don't know other teams saw this in Paredes. A lot of value being a switch hitter. They were hoping the defense would come along. Young players sometimes takes a little longer. I mean, both the Astros and Kansas City, who gave Paredes a shot in the major leagues, they saw something there with the bat, but just couldn't find a home with the glove.
That'll be a base hit. Paredes will be sent home, and the throw will come into second base. So Adam Jones delivers the base hit. He's got a 2-hit ball game. He will pick up the RBI, and the Orioles make it a 6-2 ball game.
Paredes kind of setting the tone. Adam Jones going down to get the 2-seamer. Beautiful piece of hitting right back through the box. ELLSBURY, not the big arm, out in center field. Bobby Dickerson sending Paredes in. Back on an RBI for Adam Jones. Get the Orioles a little bit closer. Every run matters here. Grand slam away.
And Girardi, recognizing that, will go to the bullpen. That'll be it for Rogers, and the big 2 ready to rock and roll.
for me.
And this Mother's Day, Brian Flaherty sending out the greeting. Now the Orioles will try and make the late comeback here. They've got one in the 8th inning.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. The back end of this Yankees bullpen has not allowed an earned run all season long. Dylan Betance's power fastball 28% of the time loves to go to the breaking ball, 72%. 17 2/3 has not given up an earned run. 28 punch outs. Big time strikeout pitcher. Opponents hitting just 131 overall.
Delmon Young against him with a runner on at first base. Fastball will be taken up high. He has struck out 20 of the last 36 batters that he has faced. Young has had a double and has struck out twice in the ball game. 27-year-old right-hander was 5-0 last year in 70 games. And this season so far, he's 4-0. He was not turned into a reliever until 2013 by the Yankees, and it was a rugged year. He was up and down with the Yankees 3 different times, ended up with an ERA of 10.8. However, that all changed last year. 70 games, 1.4 earned run average. There's the fastball that makes it so at 98.
Yeah, great arm. Rides that fastball up there in the high 90s. And such a good breaking ball. 98. The top of the zone, hard to get to.
1-2 on Delmon Young, and a swing and a miss.
And that's just filthy. Borderline unfair. 98 at the top of the zone. 85-mile-an-hour slider. Real good late finish and bite. Take a look at the location here. Hanging up, and then there it goes.
Second out of the 8th inning. Joan remains on at first base. Chris Davis 0 for 3 in the ball game. Betances will miss with that, and he did not go around. Chris is 0 for 5 off the Yankee right-hander. Betances working 2 games in this series. Inning and a third. In game 2, he had a strikeout, didn't give anything up. In the first game on Friday, he worked an inning, didn't give anything up, and had 1 strikeout. 2-0 count, 2 down. Shift on against Davis, outfield deep. Ball's going to go into the shift. Drew the play, and that will retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, and 1 left on base. Bottom of the 8th coming. The Yankees 6, the Orioles 2.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day. Hi, Mom. Happy Mother's Day.
DJ McFarland there, and other moms on hand. And Adam.
He's acting out what we all feel.
Yes. Emotions for Mom. 6-2 as we go to the bottom half of the 8th inning. Yankees on top. Jason Garcia will stay on for the Orioles. Face the top of the order. Ellsbury, Gardner, and A-Rod will be due up for the Yankees. Leadoff batter, Ellsbury's had the big double in the 4th inning, accounting for 2 RBIs. 1 for 4 in the game, 4 for 15 in this 4-game set. And the pitch is in there for a strike.
This is a great opportunity for Garcia. I think that last inning, very tough. You know, made a couple pitches, got the big double play that helped him out, but had 3 walks in that last inning. And for Buck to bring him back out, hey, did you learn anything?
Hardy will make the play.
Make your adjustments and see what you can do. And hey, send him back out to the ball game here at Yankee Stadium. Nice job. A couple pitches to get Ellsbury there.
1 away here in the 8th. Orioles will next see these Yankees at Camden Yards in June, 12, 13, and 14. It's a weekend series. In fact, it's a homestand that has Boston for 3, the Yankees for 3, and Philadelphia for 2. That will be in June. Here's Brett Gardner with 1 down, nobody on. Gardner a base hit, 1 for 4 in the game. Puts that one into the seats and a 1-strike count on Gardner. Oh, 1 pitch. And the 0-2 count. Brian Mattis worked 2 1/3, gave up a run on a hit. Rogers out of the bullpen for the Yankees worked only 1/3 of an inning, gave up a run on 2 hits. Oh, 2 pitch, swung on a miss. Garcia gets a strikeout. He's got 2.
There you go. Kind of looking up there at the speed gun, wanting to see how hard he's throwing that fastball. 93 up at the top of the zone. So 2 pitches to get Ellsbury, 3 pitches to get Gardner. 2 of the best at the top of an order in the game right now. So good adjustment here for Garcia. A little bit to build that confidence up.
2 down, bases empty. A-Rod up. A couple of walks, 0 for 2. Down to 3rd. Manny Machado, fine play, and that will retire the side in order here in the 8th. So the Orioles go to the 9th inning. They trail the Yankees 6-2. By Miller Lite.
Well, 3rd inning, Orioles had an opportunity to really get to Pineda, but he comes up with a big pitch, nasty slider down and away to Delmon Young. Manny Machado and Paredes on base, but he gets out of the inning. He only did that 16 times, 16 punch-outs for Pineda in the ball game.
So the Orioles bat in the ninth. Betances stays on. Pitch will be taken up high. Hardy has been the offense in large part for the Orioles today with a homer and a base hit. Jones an RBI single, Hardy an RBI home run. Accounting for the Orioles 2 runs. Diaz Joseph scheduled up. Betances will miss up high. Betances came on to get the final 2 outs in the last half inning. Two-0 delivery. Only 5-game winner in the American League coming into today's play was King Felix in Seattle. Felix Hernandez had 5. Pineda's got a chance to go 5-0 with a victory in this game. J.J. Hardy, he'll take it. Orioles need base runners. Walk would be great for the O's right here to get it started. Orioles have had no walks in this ball game. 3-1 delivery. Takes another one, 3-2.
You kind of figured Betances would kind of settle back into the strike zone after falling behind early.
Hardy 0 for 2 off him. And the 3-2 delivery on the way. In the air, left field. Gardner, Sun, finds it. Orioles baseball on MASN is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Gary Thorne and Mike Wardick at Yankee Stadium as the Orioles trail 6-2 in the 9th inning. Diaz coming up, 2 strikeouts and is hit into a fielder's choice. Alejandro Diaz, a couple of hits, 11 at bats on the road trip. That is in there for a strike. Norris is the Orioles pitcher of record. He would drop to 1-4. The O's starter in this game. It would be his first loss against the Yankees, as he came in 4-0 against them in his career. And Pineda's got a chance to increase his mark against the Orioles to 3-0 with a victory.
And I think as the Orioles going to go through the league and size up their opponents, the Yankees a bit of a surprise with taking over the lead here in the American League East early on in the season. You got to figure out why. Well,
can he make the play? Running throw, and he does. Nice play by Drew.
Nice running play here by Drew, showing the range up the middle. Former shortstop, pretty athletic player. Nice backhand play off balance. Puts it right on the money to Teixeira. After watching the Yankees here in this 4-game series, great starting pitching, and this bullpen has been fabulous to start the year for the Yankees, getting just enough offense, and I think really a key for this Yankees team, the top of the order, really setting the table.
Travis Snyder will be the pinch hitter for Caleb Joseph with 2 down in the 9th inning and nobody on. 2 for 7 in the series for him. Get a left-hander up against Betances, trying to get a base runner on. And the count will go to 2-0. Boston's beaten Toronto in the East today, 6-3. The Red Sox had a team meeting after the loss yesterday, led by Pedroia and Ortiz. Maybe it helped. 2-0 pitch. Third to Squibber, and it's foul. 2 ball, 1 strike count.
Well, that would have been fun to watch if that stayed fair.
Could have been a triple.
Yeah. Spinning around a little bit.
Well, the Orioles 2 down here in the 9th inning. Betances, the swing and the miss. It's been a very tough road trip, very difficult time. I mean, to go to Tampa Bay to play those games that should have been at Camden Yards, but for the problems, of course, in Baltimore. Orioles will end up with a 3-6 road trip. 2-2 delivery on the way. And foul back. Snyder hanging in. Two delivery again. And again, fought off. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Betances trying to wrap it up.
A very tough road trip, like you said, for the Orioles. A lot of things really not working in their favor. They had some tough outings from some starters. The Orioles offense unable to really get on track on the road trip.
That's the ball game, and it ended as most of it went for the Orioles with a strikeout. Betances retires the side in order here in the 9th inning. The Yankees 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors. The Orioles 2 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. And the Yankees come away with 3 out of 4 here at Yankee Stadium. That's the final. We'll be back to wrap it up. 6-2 Yankees.